Hello everybody, welcome to Square Eye Jack Reacts, the show where Square Eye Jack takes a look at some of the most controversial YouTube videos that are out there and debunks why people are upset and gives his thoughts on that. Jesus Christ, people are so mad, aren't they? You do one video and everyone gets upset. So in case you missed it, the other day there was PSX and Crash Bandicoot Sane Trilogy trailer released, or dropped, as the cool people say. It dropped. I just got out of bed, I watched it, I did a first thoughts opinions video, I should mention. Forgot to put the first thoughts in the title, maybe that would have, calmed a few people down. But I did this video based on the first trailer alone, right? By the time the fucking thing was up, there was still no extra gameplay or any information. Did the video, people got mad, like really mad. Just fucking look at that. Either people are mad, or there's some kid out there with 640 alternate accounts disliking my videos again. Sad fuck. But right, I did the video and everyone is really, really mad. So I'm going to watch my video back today and I'm going to tell you exactly why there was nothing bad about the video to get mad about. That's the thing that blows my mind. I know exactly what it was. It was the clickbait title and clickbait thumbnail. Everyone's like, oh, clickbait. Yeah? Would you have rather seen my reaction video? But, the amount of fucking criticism is just ridiculous. And dumb things as well. Like, I even woke up this morning and the first comment I saw was, when it's the exact same game as the first, with updated graphics and still not a real Crash game. This guy, some of these kids who dislike this game already are the people who praise Crash of the Titans. Like, that's a valid fucking argument. Crash of the Titans is a good game. It's not a good Crash game, in my opinion, or this guy's opinion clearly, but it doesn't mean it's not a good game. 6 is a good score. I'm just gonna scroll through some of the hate and see what we can come up with. 1 dislike for calling somebody a bitch when there was no need for. Don't have to see the rest of the video anymore. LOL. I don't know who she fucking is. I thought people hated Activision. She was a fucking Activision representative, I thought. Besides, it's a first thoughts opinion. And literally the first thing that popped in my mind when that stream loaded was, who's this bitch? Some fucking unknown face on the stage talking about one of my favourite series. My son says, fuck you. Although in the order that is, it says, fuck you, my son says. So, your son, you better fucking not raise him correctly, I hope. Because if he's swearing, get on with it. Oh, I love this one. Complaining about how Crash looks, just looks like HD Crash 2016. This game looks perfectly fine and there's nothing Skylanders about it. Even though the fucking Cortex model is pretty much identical to the Skylanders one. Would you... And the level, like, the overall art style is very similar to Thump and Womp Islands, right? Which is Skylanders. The game looks perfectly fine and there's nothing Skylanders about it. Would you have rather seen them completely redesign the character? Crash looks like Crash, stop complaining, this is why good games die. No. Good games die because people stop giving a fuck, pretty much. And why they stop giving a fuck? Could be the game's bad, could be that people just move on. That's just how it is. This is not Crash. Then what the fuck do you want? Fuck all complainers. As a die-hard fan of Crash, this is beautiful for my eyes and childhood. Are you the same person that said Crash of the Titans ruined your childhood? Because get the fuck off my site. That's a big piss off of mine. 9,000 subs, well done. Cheers! Shh. It's okay to let other people like things. It's shh yourself, mate. It's also okay to let other people not like things that you like. See how I flipped that on ya? Yeah. He actually looks like Crash here, not the dumbass Crash we got in that dumbass mutant whatever game. You know exactly what it is, and judging by that, I bet you played it and fucking loved it, but are ashamed of yourself for loving it. For whatever reason, because it's actually not that fucking bad. A game that is literally Crash Bandicoot with better graphics doesn't look like a Crash game. Get a better grip on reality. Some people just like to complain. And it's true, complaining does well on YouTube. Look how many views the video got. If I had called it Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy First Thoughts, this game is going to blow your ballsack off, wouldn't have done anywhere near as well. But yes, now we're going to react, because that's what we are here, we're a reaction thing. Is that still a meme? I don't know, but we're doing it anyway. So I woke up at 4 AM this morning. I'm pretty sure that's the time that PSX 2016 started, but I tried to go back to sleep because I knew that Crash could wait. An hour later at 5 AM, I got out of bed, turned my computer on, and by the time a PlayStation Experience stream had loaded, some bitch on stage said something about a classic that was announced at E3. See, the reason I called her a bitch, okay, I don't think she's a bitch at all, I've got no idea who she fucking is. But the reason I just was like, oh, who's this bitch, was because since last year, it's been, what's his name, Sean Layden, who's done all the Crash stuff. Sean Layden's been everyone's best friend, because he's been doing all the Crash stuff. So, when I've seen this random person I've never seen before in my life up there, initial thought straight out of bed is, who the fuck is this? It was the trailer, of course, for the Crash Bandicoot Sane Trilogy. Now, since June, I've been able to remain neutral and honestly uncaring on the entire remake to avoid the game not living up to any hype. That said, I told myself that the game won't feel like a Crash game. So this is where it begins. I told myself that the remake would not feel like a Crash game. That is true. The reason I told myself that ever since fucking June when it was first all announced is because when I eventually get to the point of playing it, and it keeps me neutral if not disappointed the entire time, so that when I get the game, I can actually be excited about the release of a fucking game for once. Right? That's what you do. You don't sit here and, oh, the game's gonna be fucking brilliant! It looks fucking good. Of course it's going to be brilliant, I fucking hope so. So I don't know if it's because I'm low on sleep or anything, but purely based off this trailer, it doesn't look like a Crash game. That's the point where people flipped out. I said it does not look like a Crash game. Oh, but it's Crash running around in traditional Crash levels. What a retard. As if it doesn't look like Crash, or whatever, like, majority of those comments said. What I meant by that, I'll get to in a minute, okay? What I meant by that, I'll get to in a minute. So strap in, it's time for Sourpuss to make a video on the whole thing. I'll start off by saying that initially I wasn't a fan of the graphics as they're not realistic and they're also not that cartoonish either. The shot with some of the temples looks bland and Okay, you see this shot here? When I started watching the trailer, right, I was so fucking, I was on the edge of my seat. I was like ready for it. And as soon as this shot come up on screen, it's literally all I could see for the rest of the trailer. Right? That's what a first thoughts, you know what? That's what a first thoughts thing's all about. My first thoughts, when I see a shot like that, it looks terrible. Especially when they do the comparison.
I wasn't a fan of the graphics as they're not realistic and they're also not that cartoonish either. The shot with some of the temples looks bland.
See, look at that. It looks fucking terrible compared to the original.
But I'm over it now.
And that there, he fucking walked right into those spears. Now, I don't know if that was on purpose or not, or if this guy's just fucking shit, which whoever's playing this, I don't know how they're shit at this game. It's been in development for however long.
The temples looks bland and uninspired, but I'm over it now.
But look, he fucking walks right into it. That, if you're... That's what made me think that it's not going to control as tightly as Crash, because he just fucking wandered right into the spear. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, I don't know. But that's why I thought the game didn't look like it was going to control as tightly as it should for a Crash game.
Everything else looks pretty sweet.
Everything else...
also not...
Shut up, Jack, you fucking missed it. Everything else looks pretty sweet. Exactly! I literally said that's the first negative point I had in this video. Everything else has either been neutral or positive so far. I said the temple level, in particular, doesn't look very good, but everything else looks pretty sweet. That's a positive on the graphics. So to everyone that said, oh, I like the graphics, you're a fucking idiot, I said I like the graphics too. That's the part I don't fucking get.
Does feel like a Skylanders game.
It does feel like a Skylanders game. Look at Cortex in fucking Thumper Wumper Islands, and then look at him in this. It's the same fucking model. Right? It's the same fucking model.
Looking at the cutscenes, art style, the sound effects used,
and the sound effects used, the fucking Wumpa Fruit sound is the same Wumpa Fruit sound they used in Thumper Wumper Islands, which is Skylanders. So saying that I feel like it looks like a Skylanders game is totally justified, because it fucking does. How do people not see it? Open your fucking ears up.
Character animations, which is one thing I was worried about. Crash's running animation looks like it does in Skylanders, and while I haven't played it, I just hope that this trilogy plays like a Crash game.
That's totally fair, right? I haven't fucking played it, so any comments I have about the fucking controls or gameplay is purely based off of whatever fucking video they send us. And because this trailer was the only thing I had to go off making this video, like I said, when he fucking wanders straight into that spear, that just raised alarm bells for me.
His animation doesn't matter, it's just how it feels when you move him. The reason Crash was so successful was because of how the game felt to play. It felt good, and in my first drowsy opinion, this doesn't look tight and responsive.
Okay, that's a fair point. First drowsy opinions. By this point, like I keep saying, was just the trailer. Having since seen B-roll gameplay people have captured, I assume from the event it was probably playable. The new gameplay we've got has gone away with my thought about the game not controlling well, because based on all the other gameplay, it looks like it will control tight and how Crash should control. So that argument in that video is no longer valid. I'll just get that out there now. I think the gameplay, it looks like Crash gameplay now. It doesn't look floaty. That mindset, that opinion of mine, been gone for a while now.
It looks rather floaty, honestly. On with the Skylanders thing, the characters look like they're from that series too,
because they are.
Which again, isn't a bad thing at all.
And exactly, it's not a fucking bad thing at all, so why do people take such offense to it? Fuck! Oh, you said Skylanders, that's blasphemy. Your channel is cancer. No, there's nothing wrong. Skylanders games look good. Considering they look, at least they're colourful, you know, they don't, you know, they look fine, okay? So me saying that this looks like Skylanders with the art style and the characters, it does. And I didn't say that was a bad thing at all. It was a fucking compliment, if anything, because it fucking looks good.
I mean, we only saw gameplay for the first game, but the fact that I've been prepared for something that wasn't Crash since E3, and I do feel like what we got isn't Crash.
Because the graphic style looks like Skylanders. At this point in time, I felt the gameplay looked floaty and unresponsive, unlike Crash 2 and 3, right? That's why I felt like it wasn't a Crash game. Okay? So you can stop telling me about that in the comments.
I just feel exactly the same as I did when I first saw the Thump and Wumpa Islands trailer. Wow, that looks really fucking cool. But it's not Crash.
When I said it doesn't look like Crash, what I should have said was some of the graphics and this piece of gameplay, which I have not played myself, does not look like it will control the way Crash controls. If I had have said that's basically what I meant when I said it doesn't look like Crash. But had I said that, then all I would have got was, oh, you haven't played it, so you can't judge it. There's no win. It was a no-win situation with that. You know, so fuck it, really.
If this remake doesn't play like Crash, it will almost certainly die a death, and a few years from now, it could go on the pile next to games like Wrath of Cortex.
Okay, people got really mad about that. They're just like, oh, the title Crash Sane Trilogy bad? Oh, and you're comparing it to Wrath of Cortex? Die in a hole. Not what I meant at all. I was literally saying, because I was worried about the gameplay, that if this game isn't good, right? And this is all speculation. If so far, it does look good, and I say that at the end of the video. If this isn't good, it will most certainly go on the fucking pile next to Wrath of Cortex, in that idea. Or Titans even, because the people, those of us now that want that new awesome good Crash game, if it's bad, we'll fucking hate it and send it off to the fucking tip, right? We'll send it off and cast it away like it never happened. However, the new generation that's playing Thumper Wumper Islands and Skylanders, that's watching Skylanders Academy, that's fucking played Crash in Uncharted 4, these new people that don't know what Crash is, they'll play it, they won't notice the things that we as hardcore and long-time Crash fans notice. They won't fucking know a thing about it. For the most part. I'm generalizing here, but you can see what I'm saying, okay? They'll play it and be like, oh yes, I love Crash, I want to go back and play the games or whatever, while we're like, no, that's not Crash. If that's the case, that's the thing, if that's the case. I didn't say, I think this is going to happen. I didn't say that at all. I said, if that happens. It's just speculation.
Like I already said, if these games don't play and feel like Crash, then it'll all just be a waste of time. But tell me, what
Okay, like I said, if it doesn't play like Crash, it will be a waste of time. So we've watched the video. Overall, let's name the positives. I congratulated them on the gameplay, on the graphics. I was happy with the fact that, I mean, it does look like Skylanders, but I'm fine with that, no issues. Because the game looks fucking gorgeous. Positives. It's bringing a new generation to Crash. Positive. Right? They were my 3 main positives in this video. Let's look at the negatives. 2 levels out of the, 5 levels we've seen concern me about how they look, because they don't look better than the PS1 games. And some people are going to say, oh, well, it's different times. Yeah, that's irrelevant, I'm sorry, because the lighting effects in Heavy Machinery versus the lighting effects in the fucking temple level, the name of it's escaping me. Is it Fumbling in the Dark? One of those ones. They look like 2 totally different games, right? The temple level looks like it was a fan fucking game. In fact, that's an insult to fan games, because some of the stuff we've seen for Crystal's Wrath so far shits all over how that fucking temple level looks, which is sad for this game. That's definitely a dislike, right? That, and most people agree with me on that temple thing. Most people said it looked pretty bad. But the rest of the game, like I said, the graphics were good. What was the other negative? Oh yeah, that if the gameplay, which I haven't played and stated very clearly in the video that when I play, I have to wait until I play it to make my final verdict. But if the gameplay isn't good, the game will most likely die a death, which is fucking true, because games that don't control well die, and no one ends up caring about them. I had 2 negative things to say. One of them about some of the levels concerned, and that one of them isn't even valid. One of my disapprovals isn't even valid until we've played the game. And like I was saying before, the gameplay that's come out since I made this sort of eliminates that disapproval anyway, because I think based off of the B-roll gameplay and some of the actual, there's like full playthroughs of Insanity Beach now, they look good. It looks like Crash. So that's the part that really blew my mind with this video. Generally either neutral. This video was neutral. I had some good things to say, I had some bad things to say, but overall I was pretty fucking just about the whole thing. I said I was unenthused about it because I'm trying to remain unenthused as to not have the game come out and be disappointed by it. That's what I'm saying. So this, for a neutral video, people hated it. That was really funny. I I got a good laugh out of that, I will say. So yes, that was my reaction video to the reactions of everyone reacting to my initial reaction of Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy. Whatever. Based off of what we've seen now, I'm actually excited. As much as I'm trying to remain neutral and not excited, I am excited. I can't help it. That's when something's good. You can't help but get a little bit excited. And, my nice, neutral / positive / one negative comment video, I mean, it did what it had to do, basically. It was a first thoughts video. So yes, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I fucking hope you didn't take it as literally as the original, you know, or serious or anything, because I'm doing it to take the piss out of all the hate, right? Well deserved. Mr. Clickbait, everyone. I'm here, I'm back, ready to go. So yes, if you did enjoy this video, however, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share. I'm Square Eye Jack, and I hope you have a great fucking day. Thanks for watching.